Always happy on a Monday to be surrounded by very talented, strong, artistic theater women. I am here today with Pooyah Mohseni and Joan Kane. Did I say it right?
Yes, you
did.
did. You actually
Good,
did. Thank
good.
you, Roger.
I want to get those names right because I want you to remember them. Now, both are involved in the United Solo Festival, which is happening right now, but your show opens on November 5th. It's called One Woman. I'm going to start with you, Joan. Joan is the director of the play, and you've been involved for many years with this material. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, One Woman was written by Cecilia Copeland. It was her thesis project at the University of Ohio, and she performed it also. And I met Cecilia at New York Madness, and I've directed a bunch of her plays, and I wanted to work with her again, so we found this project to work on. And
And this is a project that happened 10 years ago?
about 15 years ago.
About 15 years ago, wow.
Yeah. And since then, Cecilia has been working as a working playwright in many different ways, and now she's actually out in LA pitching a film.
Oh,
that
wow.
She wrote. Yeah.
So shout out to Cecilia Copeland.
Yay,
I've
Cecilia.
seen her work. She does magnificent work. This is a show that she wrote for herself. And now we have Pooya here, and it's been an evolution, if I understand. Tell us where the play is today as this one-woman show.
I guess the most concise way I can say it is that where the play had started, that was all Cecilia's story. It is now a hybrid of Cecilia's story and my story combined. And the fact that she trusted me, the fact that Joan trusted me to bring me on and tell a story that is part hers and part mine really humbles me. And it motivates me because what it really pushes me forward to include in this is the idea of the unity in the entire community of women, whoever they may be, however they may have gotten there, but the fact that we're all under this wonderful umbrella of womanhood.
This collaborative approach to this material, which is quite a few years old and now has a new life. What is that new life? What is that combination of your two stories that you can reveal? Because see, we want you to buy tickets. The show opens on November 5th at United Solo at Theater Row, so we want you to see this show. I can promise you that both of these ladies are very talented and it's going to be a phenomenal show. But now that I said all that and I plugged it, how is the show, how's the play different?
It's very funny. It starts off really funny. In fact, Pooya is a major comedic talent. And we're having a lot of fun in the rehearsal room. Besides it being funny, it's also about one woman's journey with her secrets. And I'm not going to tell you all her secrets.
No, not yet.
But it does have something to do with how you live in your body and how you walk through the world and how people view you and how you view yourself. It's also about domestic violence. So it's very much a roller coaster ride, from very funny to very serious.
Are you still developing the material? I mean, we still have a couple of weeks before you open. Is the material still molding, fixing, changing?
Yeah.
Or have you pretty much locked into what you want?
Well, there are some changes that are being made to the script and to the actions that are happening in the script and the character's point of view. It's a process. It's, as I said before, it's a collaboration, so it's going forward. And we're still working it, yeah.
Pooya, this is obviously not just a character that you're working on. We've seen you create characters for the stage. This is certainly more personal. How does it feel to put these words into action, to put these words on the stage? And how are you approaching this work?
The interesting thing about it is that I'm always aware that everything that I say is really part Cecilia and part me. But when I look at that, I realize it has a certain every woman journey to it. And yes, part of it is my story. And I think the first time I read the parts that was really, very much almost verbatim parts of my life, I was taken aback by it being included in such light and in such honesty. But what that does to me, one, it makes me even more, feel more intimate with what I'm saying, and also brings more joy because not only am I sharing my story, but I think I'm sharing the story of a whole lot of other women that have had similar journeys, that have dealt with similar doubts and similar tribulations, and they have gotten to a place that they look back on those things that have happened to them, and now they can really hold themselves up high because they have accomplished. And it really feels like I'm just one person in a circle telling my story, but not a story that other people don't know.
It's
But
very universal.
Yes.
It's a universal
beautiful.
story. Every woman, every age, every sexuality, every gender can actually relate to this story.
Ego Actus, which is your theater company, you've been around for several years. How many years have you folks?
We've been around for 10 years.
10 years, so you've been producing for a long
Yeah.
time. Have you done a lot of one-person or solo shows over the years?
Yes.
You
yeah,
have.
Actually, I've directed 14 single solo shows.
Wow.
One I created when I first started directing, I created a solo show for myself. It was called The Trial of Mary Read. And then I stopped acting, I went into directing more full-time. Last year I was at United Solo Festival with 2 plays, one by Bruce Kraemer called Identity Paper and one by Mary Monahan called Moon Age Daydream. For those 2 plays I won Best Director of the Solo
That's
Festival
great.
last
Congratulations.
year.
I can tell you, you are a good director. I've seen your work.
That's right.
SDC director, by the way,
Yes.
just so that everyone knows. In the play, Joan, do you see parts of yourself in there too in the material?
I totally see parts of myself. As I said before, there's a relationship that she has with her body, and every woman has a relationship with their body. Growing up in the 50s and 60s, we were taught a certain way that we had to relate to our body, and our body then would relate to the world. And that's handled in this play. That's really talked about in depth.
I am looking forward to seeing this play, folks. I hope you come see it. Opens on
November 5th,
what time?
4 p.m.
Okay, so it's a 4 p.m. show. Now, get out there, give them a strong audience, give them support. Are you on Facebook with this
We
play?
are on Facebook, that's correct.
Tell us where.
Egoactus.com.
So go to egoactus.com. You can go to the website. You can go to Facebook. Pooya, are you on Facebook? Do you have anything, any page that they can follow you on?
If you just follow the hashtag Pooyaland, Pooyaland, you can follow everything I do. I post about this, my activism and all of that. And I really hope you do, because this is art, but this is also activism combined with art.
It's life.
Which is really
Yes.
very special to
Yeah.
both Joan and myself.
Excellent. Folks, don't forget to follow LocalTheatreNY.tv on Facebook. Follow our different groups. Share, share, share. It opens on November 5th at Theater Row at 4 p.m., so please go and support them. Ladies, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Roger.
much.